Hey everybody, I wanted to share with you all an experience that I had with dating that really taught me a lesson, and I want to pass it along. It's kind of a funny story. The date, by all means, to most women would be considered a catastrophe. So let me get right into it. I'm going to give you all the trailer version of it. And basically, I had met someone through her sister, and I thought she was interesting, nice looking. Her sister told me that she was, looking to settle. She was looking for a good guy, and that's kind of where I was at the time. Like, I was ready to settle, looking for that nice girl. Not really looking, but if she came by, I wouldn't miss out. I wouldn't skip out on the opportunity. So, we hooked it up. The girl who I was supposed to be seeing, uh, she made it clear that she wanted this to be a friend thing because we didn't know each other. So it kind of threw me through the loop because I said, okay, now how do you do a friend thing? What are the what's the protocol for a friend thing? Am I dressing up? Am I paying for it? Am I supposed to be looking nice? Well put together? Like what's going on right now? So I just kind of said, you know what? She wants a friend thing. I'm gonna give her a friend thing. We agreed to go bowling. No, not bowling. I'm sorry. We agreed to go play mini golf. Um, Halfway there, she says, "Hey, well, can we eat as well? Because I'm very hungry." So now we're eating and we're going to play mini golf. So I'm thinking, the more and more we go on with this, the more it sounds like a date. So now I'm kind of nervous because I'm underdressed. So I go to local department store. I'm looking for clothes to wear. As soon as I get in line, she calls me, "Where are you at?" So now I'm late and I'm underdressed. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Put the clothes down because this line is taking forever. So I just went there. It was Denny's. So I get to Denny's, um, and I can see that look on her face already. Like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy is just so dressed down, and she was looking nice. So now I'm looking at this girl. She brought herself here looking just terrific, and I'm looking like just like I'm just going to see a friend, shorts and a t-shirt on. And I had lost my ATM card the day before, so I was there with only enough money to go play miniature golf as we had planned. So I paid for the dinner. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this mini golf thing. We got there. It cost more than the amount of dollars that I had. Like I said, I planned on just paying for a mini golf. So she puts the bill, and I could tell she was upset about it. Like, oh my gosh, she was upset. But my thing is, why is she upset? This is a friend thing. She should have been, looking. Um, that should have been, in her mind that we were going half and half at the very least. So, but it was fine. We had a good time. We laughed. We joked. We had a good time that night. But the next day, I was deleted from every single social network that we were connected by, and it did kind of bother me. So I texted her. I said, what's going on, and it all came down to the fact that she felt like even though she had a great time, she just felt like I went terribly wrong when it came to the date. I didn't have enough money on me. I was dressed down. I was late. Just these types of things. And she told me that she was disappointed with me. And I said, well, what were you expecting? And she said, a nice guy. And so, we didn't talk anymore after that, but it made me think. She was expecting a nice guy. She got a nice guy, but she was still disappointed. And, and it kind of got me thinking to the way that we think about dating. And I'm inclined to believe that it's not that women are looking for good men. I mean, I believe they are, but I think that when it comes to dating, they're looking for a great dater. Because when it comes down to the campaigner versus the candidate, the best campaigner will always win. A good campaigner will always beat a great man, and vice versa. And I think that that's the problem when it comes to dating, is that we get so caught up in what's on the outside that we completely dismiss what a person is, who they are at their core or on the inside. I mean, we look at little things like paying for this first date, or looking presentable, or opening doors, chivalry, tradition. And we instantly judge a person based on how they display those things. But the problem is that, especially for guys, we've been molded since youth to be able to create that image because we're always told what women want. Women want to be treated this way. Women want to hear these things. So just because you hear and see those things doesn't mean that it's genuine, because for the most part we've been trained on how to do it. I mean, you can even go on YouTube right now and type in how to impress a woman, and these are the things that you're going to see: chivalry and tradition. Now, any guy can replicate that, but what's going to happen 6 months down the road, 7 months down the road, when you find out who he really is and what he really is in that relationship. And you might not always be so happy with what you get, and it's all because you're so caught up in what he presented to you. And I always say the best communicators are the ones that can hear what's not even being said. And sometimes you have to be able to hear past what a person is saying to you on those first meetings. You have to be able to look past things. Yes, I can pay for a date, but any guy could put together his last check and spend all his money to impress you on a first date, but behind it all he's really broke. And paying for a date is not signifying that I'm going to be a great provider. It just signifies that I'm doing what it takes to impress you. And most times it is going to impress you if I take you to a nice date, a nice place, and pay for it. It doesn't matter how I'm treating you on a date. I can pretend that I'm a chivalrous and traditional, and kind guy. I can pretend those things. What matters is, how am I treating the waitress? How am I treating the person who's behind me talking loud, or the person who just butted me in line to pay, or how did I speak to my mother and my sister on the phone when they called? These are the things that matters, and the list goes on and on and on. And we allow ourselves, especially women, to be sidetracked by the little things, like pulling out a seat, or opening a car door, or paying for the bill, or saying nice things. Those are the little things that honestly you need to look past and really take a critical look at the person that's sitting in front of you. Now, my main thing is, and I always preach this, is there are two decisions that you're going to make in your life, which will prove to be the most important decisions that you make in your life. One is who you allow in your heart, and the other one is who is walking by your side. These two people you will choose. One of them is going to be with you for eternity. Are you going to be with them for eternity? Excuse me. And the other person is going to be with you for the rest of your life. You can choose. Um, it's up to you. I mean, you can choose when you're 20, 30, 40. You choose this person who you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And it all starts at dating. And a lot of times we don't read people the way that we should. And and we don't. And by the time we realize who they really are, it's too late, because you're in love with them and you invested time and energy in that person, and you're not just gonna give up on them. You might try to change them into who you thought they were. I always say, women don't nag. They're just trying to get a man to be what he sold himself to be. So with this, I'm simply saying, don't allow yourself to pass up a good man for a great dater, and vice versa. The same thing with men towards women. Don't allow yourself to pass up somebody good because they presented a great image. That's what we do as a people. That's what we do. Even when we're in an interview, we always put our best foot forward, and that foot is not always so true. A lot of it is a holograph. It's an image. It's it's fake. It's not real. Not all of it. It's our best, and don't get sold on that. Look past that and really take a critical look at what a person's character is before you even decide to move on to the second date. And if it does not line up with what you're looking for, you can cut it off. And then you didn't waste anything, instead of getting 1 year, 2 year, 3 years in a relationship, and you've hurt yourself because you chose to fall for that image instead of who they really are at the core. So, do I sound bitter about it? Yeah, a little bit, because when you show somebody who you really are and they pass that up, and they really didn't get it, really didn't get to acknowledge who you are, and they pass that up for you know, something else, it kind of does make you feel a certain way. But I would like for you to kind of catch what I'm throwing at you here, and that's, really take a critical look at who you're dating, who you're getting to know, um, and not so much of what they've been taught to put in front of you to impress you. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something from it. Stay tuned next week. Like as you know, there'll be another video. All right. Thanks, guys.